Hi, everyone. This Tuesday, I'm teaching the next class in my ongoing class series, and this is on Synastry chart basics. Now, Synastry is one of the main techniques that we use in understanding the interrelationship between two charts, how two souls on their soul journey are in relationship to one another. It's not the only technique, but it's an important one. Now, when you work with Synastry, you're essentially looking at how each person's planet interfaces with that of another. Where is my Venus relative to your chart? Where's your Saturn relative to my chart? We have all kinds of aspects and relationships going on between two charts. And it speaks to all these components of my own psyche, all these facets of my own soul journey are relevant and manifesting and landing for you in some way on your own soul path. Thus, we can have the natural experience on a more superficial, shallow level of, these are the triggers, or this is where it's easy, this is where there's an ease, this is where there's a challenge. And whenever we orient on any level, from the point of view of soul growth, the things around easy or hard or challenging or confrontational or harmonious don't really matter. Likewise, many people, when it comes to relationship or intimacy readings, they want to know, is this a compatibility issue? Do we have compatibility? Is there a long-term potential in this relationship? And I really stress that those constructs are not actually very important. When we really understand the deeper potential and purpose of relationship from the perspective of soul evolution, from the perspective of awakening, we really devote everything back to deepening self-awareness, deepening our own return to who we are. It's just deepening our capacity to love and be as love. So from that perspective, what's the point of looking at Synastry, right? It's not to determine, oh, this is going to last a long time, or yes, you would be great, in getting married. The deeper purpose is to really unlock how relationship serves the purpose of really bringing to the surface and enhancing and revealing and refining the love that we are, the true gem of who we are in life. And this can happen through all kinds of ways, easy and not so easy. So, for example, me and my partner, you're welcome to come if you can make it, have Venus square Venus. So traditionally, Venus square Venus, you would read that as, that's, challenging, confrontational. Essentially, Venus are relationship needs, fundamental ways of being. It's also how we internalize our own relationship to ourselves. Yet Venus, by its very nature, is about harmony. And so when you look at Venus in relationship to one another, it doesn't matter whether it's a square, a hard aspect, conjunction, a trine, because Venus, the growth inherent within the Venus archetype is actually to learn how to dance that dance of balance and harmony and grace. It's how to come in relationship with that which is not me, values that are not my own, and find a dynamic place of balance in that place of ongoing discovery. So if we're only looking for Venuses that are in a harmonious aspect to our own Venus, we won't do that Venus growth. So my
Venus is here to wake up your Venus.
There we go. And the fact that we have different needs, different ways of Venus embodying ourselves, feeling grounded in our own being. The Venus relationship journey at the core invites a gesture of what? Venus, listening. Venus is all about listening. And we grow more, we create a thriving environment when we operate in a way where it's about what are your needs? Who are you? What's the actual reality? And then what's revealed is there's a dance inherent and possible within each relationship that only comes about through being in that inquisitive place of listening and attuning to that inner and that outer space. And it reveals itself through that place of listening. And, Venus in any aspect to any planet offers its own expression of harmony, its own path towards harmony.
So in our case, the square, the tension or the dynamic nature of that Venus square Venus calls for a deeper level of listening and a deeper capacity in both of us of how to respond in conversation and how to be with, present Venus, the embodiment of emotions and feeling in love, relationship and relating, like from a place of deep listening, that Venus square Venus actually can express a really deep connection that allows for some growth.
And if we say, oh, Venus square Venus, different needs, it limits that opportunity. Because what are squares? Squares are growth opportunities. We become stronger. Give me one aspect in astrology where there isn't some sort of growth opportunity. On the flip side, we can have Venus trine Venus, right? It's like, oh, cool, your Venus is trining my Venus. Easy. But then what happens? It's often just easier to become lazy, right? You're not doing that work. You're not refining. And so even with easy aspects in a relationship, we know many relationships are, oh, this is easy. I can just settle into that. I don't have to do any work. That isn't qualitatively better or worse than one where there's a calling to really know oneself more deeply. So in this class, we're going to explore, Venus, Mars, Saturn, Moon, the nodes in synastry. There are a couple of themes that I'm going to be touching upon that I feel offer some specific and useful insight that we can take and apply in our own work. So I hope you'll consider joining us.